Hello and welcome back to Allotment Diaries on the Virtual Village Hall. I'm Rachel from I Planted That, and this session is all just really an overview of what's been happening on my allotment over the last month. The headline news is that after weeks of waiting, it finally rained, and suddenly everything sprang into life. Veg that I'd been watching patiently, waiting to be ready, suddenly there, all ready to harvest. But more of that later, because first I want to show you how I make a natural fertiliser using this plant. You can't eat it, it's not particularly beautiful, but this is probably the most important plant on my plot. It's comfrey and it's brilliant. It attracts pollinators, it comes back year after year and doesn't need watering because of its deep taproot. And it's that taproot which brings up nutrients like potassium way down from the soil and into its leaves. It's those leaves that I can use to make a plant food called comfrey tea. Definitely not for human consumption, just for your plants. It's easy to make. You put the leaves into a bucket, cover them with water, weigh everything down with a bag of stones, and then try and forget about it for between 3 to 5 weeks. At which point the leaves will have broken down into this dark, smelly liquid. I then dilute it to about 1 part comfrey tea to 10 parts water and use it to feed fruiting plants like my tomatoes and my pumpkins. Just as a side note, fruiting plants need a high potassium feed and leafy plants need a nitrogen-based feed. So as well as natural fertilisers, I don't like to use pesticides or herbicides on the plot. I do use the occasional slug pellet or the organic ones if I'm desperate, but mostly I let nature take care of itself. One of the best examples this year has been on the cardoons, absolutely covered in black fly. It looks such a mess, but I held my nerve, I didn't spray it with anything nasty, and sure enough, ladybirds came along, laid their eggs, and soon the larvae were munching their way through the lot. I also leave lots of wild flowers to self-sow across the plot, and it's made such a difference to the insect life. There's poppies, which flower for just one day, and the bees can't get enough of them. Fumitory, with the soft ferny leaves and its delicate purple-pink flowers. Teasels, which again draw in the bees and provide seed for the finches in the winter. Plus they do look amazing as well. And Lesser Mignette. It might be classed as a weed, but I think it's beautiful for gardens at the front of the border, and as you can see, pollinators love it too. Then there's Scarlet Pimpernel, which used to be called the poor man's weatherglass because the flowers close up before it rains. Wildflowers are very much part of my plot, bringing in the bees and the insects to pollinate my vegetable flowers and grow into things like beans for stir fries, frittatas or chopped through salads, the courgettes, which seem to grow huge overnight, great sliced into pasta dishes or grated into a soda bread mix. And it's only because of the pollinators that the giant pumpkin fruits set and are growing nicely. Whilst that's doing well, the cut flowers have struggled a bit this year though. Here's how they looked this time last year, when I remember it being quite a wet summer. And this is how they look now. It felt really wasteful to water them as we've had hardly any rain, so I just let them get on with it really this year. They're still giving me some sweet little posies though, but a note for next year: mulch, mulch, and then mulch again. That's it for this month. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. Next month I'll be harvesting the Discovery apples and showing you how to preserve them, to dry them so that you can use them in breakfasts and in cake mixes well into the winter. So I will see you next time. Until then, take care and happy gardening. Bye.